Hey everybody, welcome back to Deadman DC's Kanji Study Sessions. We got 12 new vocabulary words from the JLPT N list for you. N2 list for you here today. Sorry about that. As always, this is a writing study practice on the stream. I'll be writing down each word 3 to 5 times. If it's a new word, but it's got old kanji in it, we'll go over the meanings of the kanji and how they come together to make our new word. And if it's a new kanji that I don't know yet, like here, ju is to allot or fill, we're going to write it down 10 times, go over the radicals in the kanji, how you say it, and how to remember it based on those radicals. If you want to watch this at your own pace and don't want to listen to me repeat it a million times while I write it down, head on over to YouTube. And if you just want these word lists for you to study, head on over to Google Drive. I've got all of these up on my Google Drive. Our first word of the day is gomen. Gomen is your pardon. Sorry, not wanting, objecting to, permission, leave, or dismissal. It's like a pretty laid back way of saying sorry. Gomen. Gomen is I'm sorry, pardon me, a dismissal, I'm leaving, gomen. 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 Number 2 is okaeri. This is something that your family says to you when you come back home. Okaeri, from the kanji kaeru, to return or come back. So okaeri is like a polite thing to say to your family members when they get back from like work for the day or school. Okaeri, welcome back. Okaeri literally just means I'm returning, or you're returning in this case. Okaeri. That's what you say when someone comes home to your house. Okaeri. 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 Number 3 is Tsumi Kasane. Tsumi on the left side is to stack up, and Kasane on the right side is to heap up. So this is a heap of stacks of something. A Tsumi Kasane. This is a noun for a pile or accumulation of something. A Tsumi Kasane is a pile or accumulation of something. Tsumi Kasane. Tsumi Kasane is a pile or heap of something, an accumulation. Tsumi Kasane. Tsumi Kasane. Tsumi Kasane. Tsumi Kasane. Tsumi Kasane is a pile or an accumulation of something, or a stacked up heap. A Tsumi Kasane. Number 4 is jojo ni. We've already learned that jojo means gradual, and jojo ni is like doing something. It's like an adjective or an adverb. Gradually, steadily, or slowly. Jojo ni is our adverb for doing something steadily. Jojo ni. Jojo ni. Jojo ni. Number 5 is semete. No kanji here. This is just all hiragana for semete. At most or at least. This is also kind of an adverbial phrase. Semete. Semete is at most or at least. Semete. 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 Number 6 is kaki mazeru. Kaki on the left side means to kind of scrape into, and mazeru on the right side is to mix. So this is to scrape down into something and mix it up. To mix, stir, scramble something, or to churn it. I'm thinking of cooking here, like if you're mixing something up, like if you're making dough, you kind of scrape your fingers down into it, and then mix it. So kaki mazeru is to scrape down into and to mix something. To mix or stir. Kaki mazeru. Kakimazeru. Kakimazeru is to mix or stir. kakimazeru. Kakimazeru. Number 7 is aojiroi. Aojiroi is pale, pallid, bluish white. Ao on the left side is blue, and shiroi on the right side is white. Together, aojiroi is whitish blue, bluish white, or pale and pallid. Aojiroi. Aojiroi. Aojiroi is whitish blue, bluish white, or pale and pallid. Aojiroi. 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 Number 8 is shokugo. Shoku on the left side is a meal or food, and go on the right side is after. So shokugo is a quick way of saying after a meal. Shokugo, after you eat or after a meal. Shokugo. Shoku on the left for food, and go on the right for afterwards. Shokugo. Shokugo is after a meal or after you eat. Shokugo. Shokugo is after a meal. Shokugo. Shokugo. Shokugo is after a meal. Number 9 is sono tame. This is a literal translation for that reason. Sono is that. There's something close to the speaker, and tame on the right side is a reason or because. So sono tame, or for the reason you just said. Sono tame is for that reason. Sono tame. Sono tame is for that reason. Sono tame. Sono tame. Number 10 is kaiho. Kai on the left side is to kind of solve or to unravel. And ho on the right side is to release. So a kaiho is a untying and releasing of something, or an unleashing, setting free, or deallocation of memory if you're talking about computer science, because you're really like untying up the use of that space and leaving it free for something else. So a release, unleashing, or setting free is a kaihatsu. Sorry, kaiho. Kaiho. Kaiho is a release or setting free of something. Kaiho. 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 Kaiho desu. Kaiho is a release or setting free of something. Kaiho. Kaiho. Kaiho desu is a release or setting free of something. Number 11 is kakuju. Kaku on the left side is to expand or expansion, and ju on the right side is an allotting or filling. So I'm reading this as you are expanding your allotment, as in it is an expansion. A kakuju is an expansion, a noun, kakuju. Ju on the right side is our new kanji for an allotment or a filling, pronounced ateru, mitasu. These are just two verbs that come off of this. Or ju, allot or fill. For now, we're just going to remember ju since this is the word, but the others will be important as well. Radicals in this kanji are a dotted crown or a dotted one over our radical with this kind of mu-looking thing with ru under it as a license, sincerity, or a permit. So your allotment or filment is, it's like the pot lid on what you are permitted. The pot lid on what you are permitted is your allotment or filament. So I'm kind of reading this as like a bunch of stuff filling a pot. That is your allotment or your fill. Mitasu, ateru, or ju is to allot or fill. Mitasu, ateru or ju is a lot or fill. Mitasu, ateru or ju. Mitasu, ateru or ju. Mitasu, ateru or ju is an allotment or a filling of something. Mitasu, ateru or ju. Mitasu, ateru or ju. So kakuju is an expansion with the expanding allotment. A kakuju is an expanding allotment of something or an expansion. A kakuju. Kakuju is an expansion. And finally, number 12, we have ka-ketsu. Ka on the left side is possible, or to be able to, or can. And ketsu on the right side is to be agreed upon, to appoint, or to decide or fix. So a ka-ketsu is possible for affixation or approval. And just like those two kanji, this means an approval and adoption or a passage of something like a bill, for example, or a motion. So kaketsu is it's possible that it will be passed. Kaketsu. Kaketsu. Ketsu has a lot of it's part of a lot of words that often mean kind of good. It's a kanji with a positive connotation in my mind because I always hear it in words that deal with something being either good or beneficial to parties. So, kaketsu. Kaketsu is approval or adoption of something. Kaketsu. It is possible to be approved. Kaketsu. Or possible to be appointed. Kaketsu. Let's go back to the top. Make sure we memorize all these at least for right now. Make sure you make your flashcards. Use them. And do some immersion Japanese. Maybe that's how you learn. Our first word of the day is sorry, not wanting to, objecting to permission, leave, or dismissal with gomen, an easy way to say I'm sorry or excuse me. Welcome home or a return is okaeri. This is specifically how you say the response when someone comes back to your home. Okaeri. A pile or an accumulation is a tsumi kasane. Tsumu on the left side for to stack, tsumi, and kasane on the right for a heap of that stack. Tsumi kasane is a pile or accumulation. Gradually, steadily, or slowly is jojo ni, which we've already learned. Jojo is gradual or steady, and ni means we're doing something in that way. Jojo ni is to do something gradually or steadily. Jojo ni. Let me write this down a few more times. I kind of forgot the lines. Jojo ni. じゃあ次は at least or at most is せめて. No kanji is just せめて. To mix, to stir, to scramble, or to churn is kaki, to scrape into, and mazeru from our kanji for mixing or transferring. Kaki mazeru. Pale, pallid, or bluish white is ao jiroi. Ao on the left side for blue, and shiroi on the right for white. Ao jiroi is bluish white or pale and pallid. After a meal is shoku go. Shoku on the left side for meal, and go on the right side for afterwards. Shoku go is after a meal. A reason? Oh, for that reason, sorry. Literally translates to sono tame. That reason. Sono tame is for that reason. A release, unleashing, setting free of something is kaiho. Kai on the left side to release. Kai on the left side for to untie, and ho on the right side for to release. Kaiho. An expansion is a kakuju. Kaku on the left side for an expansion of something. Kaku. And ju on the right side for an allotment or a filling of something. Kakuju. And finally, an approval, adoption, or passage of something is a ka-ketsu. Ka on the left side for possible, and ketsu on the right side for approved passed. Kaketsu is the approval or passage of something. Thanks for watching today, everybody. I hope you had a good Tuesday, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. どうもありがとうございました。じゃあまたね。